There's a man who has technically traveled into the future. Not science fiction, a real, measurable amount. And it happened just by going to work. His name is Sergei Krikalev, a Russian cosmonaut who spent more total time in space than almost anyone in history. Over several missions on space stations, he logged more than 800 days in orbit. Here's what most people don't know. The faster you move through space, the slower time passes for you, relative to everyone who stayed still. This isn't a theory. It's one of the most repeatedly tested predictions in all of physics. Because Krikalev was orbiting Earth at over 27,000 kilometers an hour for so long, time genuinely moved slower for him than for everyone on the ground. When he finally returned to Earth, he had technically traveled about 20 milliseconds into his own future. Compared to someone who'd stayed home the entire time, he was younger. Not by much, but measurably, provably. This isn't speculation. It's the exact same physics that your phone's GPS relies on every single day. GPS satellites move fast enough and sit far enough from Earth's gravity that their onboard clocks drift out of sync with clocks on the ground by millionths of a second every day. If engineers didn't correct for it, your GPS location would be wrong by several kilometers within hours. So somewhere right now, satellites above your head are experiencing time slightly differently than you are. And a man who simply went to work in orbit is technically very slightly younger than he would have been if he'd just stayed home. We tend to think of time travel as something that doesn't exist yet. It already does. We've just only ever managed it in milliseconds.